Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back through the mists. Once more, we have been away. We did the unlikely thing. We escaped the mists, at least for a while. And temporarily. But now we are back, and I am very, very happy to be here with all of you fine people. Thank you. Welcome for joining us already. Good to see you in chat, Charlie, as well. Everyone's lurking around. Thank you. And welcome. And my lovely players, at least half of them. We are without the Americans. But we do have the fabulous Esmeralda and Xenicus. We shall be saying a proper hello to in the very near future. But let me say a few thank yous. First and foremost, to a brand new sponsor. The first time that we are working together, and something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, so I'm very excited to announce, as you can see directly below me here, this episode and the next, if we roll over a little bit, will be sponsored by the wonderful people at the Arcane Library. If you do not know what they are all about, you can check out their stuff. There is a link there in chat already, and you can have a look at all of the incredible modules and adventures and things that they have on offer. They have a very, very unique style of, like, every encounter, everything that happens is on one page, and just the way it's written and stuff is very easy to use and very, very imaginative. And the maps and everything are gorgeous, and there's VTT versions. And as they are very generously sponsoring us for the start of this new campaign, we have a copy of the adventure that we are using. We have a copy of Nights on Devil's Peak to give away to one of you lovely people. So, hey Jaman, how you doing? Thank you, welcome. Thank you for that follow just as we were going live there, and thank you for the bits as well. Welcome, it's good to see you. Now, as I was saying there, yes, a massive thank you to the Arcane Library, and we are very excited to be doing this and getting this new campaign, Barovia and Beyond, on the road. We are going to be playing a homebrewed Ravenloft campaign, but you, if you have played Curse of Strahd, may recognize certain parts, because one of the main reasons that we are starting this new campaign is that there were still a lot of interesting backstory parts and things that we had not addressed during our Curse of Strahd playthrough. And whilst they have captured the Dark Lord's soul in a little bitty Curse of Strahd Count von Zarevich puppet, which is safely in the care of one Lady Vanta Blackspire up in Castle Ravenloft, we had some other things to address, some other things to take care of. Xenicus, somewhere out there, has a sister.
A sister?
You have a sister, yes. And Esmeralda has all sorts of connections to her people, the Vistani, and what's to do about the loss of their mentor, Iamaris, or Van Richten, as you may have known him. It's like, Van Richten is dead. What shall we do? But
not for lack of trying, anyway.
Indeed. And fear not, whilst they are not here right now, Asara Bell will be here and will no doubt be curious as to the other drow that exist here in the Vale of Barovia and what their roots are. And let's not forget her slight lycanthropic problem.
I mean, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
She has very recently experienced her first change as a full moon hangs somewhere beyond the clouds and the mists of Barovia, and she changed into a werewolf, dashing off into the forest so as not to endanger her friends, followed by the scampering form of a Mapak, the humble folk version of a kind of raccoon, tanuki kind of race of creatures. another of which we have met very recently and hoping to meet a bit more in the near future. Yes, the wonderful Mason, who you will recognize as Theo Brothrin from our incredible Descent into Avernus campaign, will be joining us as this little fellow down beyond the Arcane Library, down at the bottom there, Edgar, the little Mapak druid, with those of you who have already got your hands on the Wild Beyond the Witchlight may recognize his little friend, with his Campestry singing mushroom friend. Although its time in Ravenloft seems to have dampened its spirits somewhat, and it shall not be singing annoyingly in a high-pitched voice for the entirety of your time together, which I thought might be a good choice.
Just shame
for us, for our sanity and the like. But yes, indeed. As I'm saying some thank yous here, not only to the wonderful folks at Arcane Library, but also, let me say a massive hello and thank you, as always, to the wonderful people at Sirenscape. All of our sound sets and everything are put together with Sirenscape, with some extra music in the mix, but they have a brand new search tool in beta at the moment, which is very exciting, and I've used extensively to create everything for today, so I'm looking forward to playing that for you in just a little moment. But do head on over to Sirenscape.com if you want to give them a try for free, and after 30 days if you want to carry on enjoying all of the incredible sound effects and music that they have on offer for published adventures, all sorts of scenarios outside of that as well, official WotC stuff, Pathfinder stuff, Call of Cthulhu, what else has been going on recently, all kinds of modules, board game stuff, science fiction stuff, fantasy, and all kinds of things in there for you to try out. Do recommend heading on over there and giving them a look for free, and you can enjoy that and then continue on as a Super Siren subscriber if you wish later on. Also, speaking of that extra music that we like to use, we are huge fans over here of the wonderful people on YouTube channels Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy, and Epic Journey. Head on over to our YouTube channel, to any of the VODs that are over there, and you can get your hands on the links to those channels and use those amazing sources of music in your games as well. There you are, there are the links. Also our Twitter, if you want to keep up to date on what's going on. We are a follower of the D&D Multiverse Rule of 3 in these parts. We started Chicenta's Tyranny, our new campaign, last Friday. We are starting Barovia Beyond today, but that leaves one more. We will, as I mentioned before, the Wild Beyond the Witchlight will be alighting in a material plane location near you, as we will be diving into the Feywild for the first time, as we... You! Get back in your prison!
Wait,
an esteemed guest, everybody.
We captured you last episode! We captured you!
Good evening, Count. I hope that you are well. Yes, Count von Zarevich. Wow. Good, some esteemed guests in chat. Welcome.
Slightly concerned.
Slightly concerning, yes. But there it is.
Spent a whole campaign capturing that guy, and he shows back up as soon as we got past it.
I guess the little kind of pocket dimension that is the interior of that doll is just chat now. So they're trapped in chat.
I see.
A mere observer. And Count von Zarevich, I should warn you, you are trapped in there with your parents, so sorry about that. Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thank you again. Okay, so let's us, without further ado, get into all of this. Last time, our adventurers had fought a hard battle against Count von Zarevich himself in the crypt down in the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft, between his parents' tombs. There were losses. As we mentioned before, Iamaris, our version of Rictavio van Richten, was defenestrated in a rather spectacular way and plunged to ... I mean, we don't really know, I suppose, as he disappeared into the clouds and mists around the pillar rock of Castle Ravenloft. But with perfect timing, and I was watching back at the VODs just today and earlier on this week, and just the reactions were so good when you actually got the final blow. The timing was perfect. They managed to destroy the Count's physical form, forcing him to change into his mist. But just at that same moment, Lady Vanta Blackspire completed the Raven Queen's ritual, which would bind his spirit to a physical object, in this case, one of Blinsky's little toys. It's no fun, it's no Blinsky. And, God, there's all these things I haven't said for so long. And you
so much.
perfectly timed it so that his spirit was captured into the figure of this little Strahd von Zarovich doll, the likes of which you may have seen on the official Wizards channel, a favourite of one Chris Perkins, that doll, and giant scary sized, life-sized cosplays of it as well. But yes, we were able to capture the spirit of Strahd von Zarovich, but it seems that was not enough to defeat all of his minions as you rushed out to the drawbridge and the main gate of the castle, where your friends, the Vistani with Madame Esmeralda? No.
I mean, if you like, I don't mind.
I mean, if she gets a promotion, then that would be quite nice. That could help us out if she gets promoted.
Right?
Madame Ava and her group of banging sound system owning Vistani. awesome soundtrack for those guys.
Yeah.
We'll have to dig that out again sometime.
Definitely.
They were battling against the minions, the zombies, the skeletons, the wolves, and all sorts of nasty beasties on the entrance to the castle. But our heroes rushed into the fray as well, and the tide was turned by the arrival of what, up until this point, I think Esmeralda would have heard of them before as well. What up until this point has only been referred to as the Forest Folk, as a group of Mapak, like Edgar down the bottom there. Hey, Nodes, how are you doing? Welcome. As Edgar and his fellow Macaque Forest Folk charged into the fray and attacked as well. And even more so, this was not in the last episode. The final blow, the thing that drove the minions back and packing off into the forest once more, was the arrival of one... Let me get the name again, so it's been, again, so long. The arrival of Ismark Kolyanovich, the recently appointed burgomaster of the village of Barovia, after his father was killed by just such minions of Strahd.
That's a conversation we need to have with him, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
A little bit.
He arrived.
Fun.
He arrived with a mob from the village. Something that has happened before. Something that's happened before with the illustrious Mordenkainen at the head of the mob, I believe. But it was not successful then. But this time, it was a much more different story. Pitchforks and torches to the fore. They came surging up from the village below and drove off the remnants of the minions. So, as you stood there, panting, exhausted, spent, but alive, and, for all appearances, successful, Krieg, your Arakokra ranger friend, is pacing to and fro, looking rather restless. And he's like, no, this is too dangerous. Capturing Strahd has clearly done nothing to everything that's under his control. I'm worried about the tower. Look, he doesn't have any flying minions, and I am worried about Wafty. Look, I'm going to get him to the mountains. I'm going to get him to our kinfolk, back to his own. I'll see you some points in the future at the tower, okay? And if not, look to the south, look to the mountains.
Good job yourself.
And Krieg
goes off like, wasn't there airwolves?
He immediately comes like, oh fuck. No. He goes and he flies off to the west in the direction of Lake Baratok and the Wizard's Tower, where your other friends are still hidden away, taking refuge.
All 1,000 of them.
There's a group, yeah. You thought Out of the Abyss started with an entourage.
Collection of pet friends.
Okay, now I should really turn Edgar around, shouldn't I? What's he doing? Like looking off screen there. Edgar, pay attention.
Stare at Ezra.
Over here. Oh, okay, there we go.
Hi.
better. Hello. Okay, now. Let me just have a quick look at Zoom again, make sure Mason's not just sat there. No, he's not sat there waiting to get in. I was here the whole time. Okay. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this opening session. Sponsored by the Arcane Library and fueled by the Arcane Library, as we'll be playing one of their fantastic, newly released for this year's Halloween adventures. These two have played in several of their adventures already, as we love to use them and put them in. They have played one here in Barovia, Beneath the Black Rose. I can only remember our versions of Beneath the Blue Water Inn, whatever the original. I think the original name was the Black Rose. And also over in Eberron, in our offline game, they've played a couple of them as well. I should stop waffling on about them and let you, fine folks, have the chance to win a copy of tonight's adventure and start this giveaway. Okay, here we go.
Arcade
Click.
Library stuff is so good.
It is so good.
I
And
love
just
that.
the way it's
Fun with it.
written.
Even combat feels like puzzles in itself. Like
It's a
nothing's
nice balance,
straightforward.
Yes.
Nothing is straightforward. It's always really interesting.
Yep, indeed. Okay, there you go, folks. Please type in !enter, like Jaman there. Straight out the gates. Well done. As you can have your chance. The count wants in on this. Okay.
He wants to read the book.
Level
so that
concern
he knows how to-
increases.
Good to see you.
He needs to plan out his defense for when we get to them.
Smart move.
It's okay. It's tonight's adventure. So in this world, it would have already finished. Okay. Now, let me add a little bit more to that opening spiel. But before I do, let us talk to you folks properly. Who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at after all this time? Esmeralda.
Oh boy. Hello, I am Marin, and I am playing Esmeralda Devanir, the Vistani Blazing Battlemaster Reborn.
Oh yeah, I forgot that bit.
Yep. I died, but I'm not really dead at the moment.
I mean, what is death?
And what is just the
An
temporary inconvenience?
inconvenience at most.
Precisely. So we're dealing with that. We've gotten over it mostly. We've also just lost our mentor, Zenicus as well. So that's going to be a thing to deal with very soon. And that's going to be a problem. And I'm also cursed at the moment. Self-inflicted, but not intentional. So I'm really bad at everything at the moment.
I mean,
We'll see how that
Zenicus is not
goes.
going to notice anything.
How dare you?
His impression of you is just becoming reality.
No, Esmeralda, it's okay. Remember, I said we were starting with a clean slate as gifted to you as a boon in thanks from the Raven Queen.
Oh, really?
Indeed.
Ooh, I am not
Because-
cursed, and I am blessed.
Yes, because the completion of Lady Vanta's, who was a cleric of the Raven Queen, the completion of her ritual connected the Raven Queen's domain in the Shadowfell, just beyond the outskirts of Ravenloft, and this plane of Barovia, this one pocket of Ravenloft at least, and she has started to make inroads and begin the process of returning Barovia to the material plane. And that, folks, is what the entire goal of this campaign is. They have heard tell of the Ladies of the Fanes, ancient gods that used to hold sway over this valley, as worshipped by the forest folk like our little Edgar friend down there. But they need to find these lost spirits, lost, scattered throughout Ravenloft, in other domains of dread, and return them here, as well as looking after their own business here in Barovia. And as we move on, let us also see who you are and who you're playing and where they're at.
I feel like that was
Zenicus.
too epic a kind of crescendo of music there for just introducing Zenicus. Yes, I'm Michael. I'm playing Zenicus, the Eladrin Blood Hunter, Order of the Lycan, So he is the best of boys. This good doggo. He does his best, even holding on to his master as he futtles out a window. So we'll need to figure out what happened to him. I don't think Xenakis believes he's dead. Like, this is the kind of thing he'd do. Like, he just falls out of windows, you know what I mean? Like,
let's get Featherfall. I guess we'll find out.
I mean, he may have had Featherfall. I don't know. He could just been messing with us. One of those, like,
Gotcha.
he's just gonna disappear into the dark, and it's a whole, like, we're just trying to see, like, if I'm always looking over your shoulders, you guys will never truly fly. Open your wings and fly. Exactly. Yeah. So it's just gonna, like, Featherfall and run away. Never know.
Just had to see if you could do it on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Character growth. Great.
Thank you. Now, you are urgently suggested that you join Ismak Kolyanovich and the other villagers of Barovia in returning to their settlement, as it is the closest shelter, as it is nighttime and a very dangerous place to be, even with these numbers surrounding you.
Yeah, and I think without Strat, they're going to hold them all back and have them controlled. Right. They'll just be going a bit wild.
Exactly. So you follow the villagers back towards the first village you visited upon arriving here. I think, Esmeralda, you too, when you came separate from these guys. But you make your way down through the winding path and trail that leads back from the castle down to the village, huddling timidly beneath the pillar rock on which it stands. And as you make your way off in that direction, our view remains here. And as you leave, we witness first, back down in the catacombs in the parents' tomb, Lady Vanta Blackspire and the avatar of the Raven Queen, its impassive porcelain mask face watching over her as she, realizing that she cannot pass through the barrier at the entrance to the tomb, turns. Oh, I suppose I stay here then. Are you all playing nice in there? She looks down at her box with the various relics inside, including Count von Zarevich and his parents. And she shuffles over to that large stone chair and seats herself upon it. And as she does, the avatar of the Raven Queen swoops around in front of her, and its form becomes almost like a blanket, like a cloak, and it drapes itself over Lady Vanta's form, and the mask lowers over Lady Vanta's face. And the last we see of her, for now, is sat there on that stone chair, an impassive porcelain mask, observing the tomb before them. And as our view speeds through the crypts, through the various mausoleums and corridors, dusty, ruined parts, well-kept, looked-after parts of the castle, we spy another pair of moving individuals as we see... Marin, sorry, what was the name we gave that Avarice character? It wasn't Avarice, was it?
Nadoris?
Nadoris, thank you.
Oh no.
As we see the tiefling Nadoris, summoned here by her patron Strahd, supporting a badly injured but not dead Rahadin.
Oh no.
As they sneak off to lick their wounds and return another day.
I'm sure I'll never see them again.
Nope, not at all.
Our view exits the castle and whooshes through the woods to a section of the woods near Lake Zarovich, towards Valaki, where we see a grizzled-looking fellow by the name of Sean Byrne.
Yay.
Looking up at the sky, he's like, I don't have a good feeling about that. What say you lot? And he looks around at the petrified stone statue forms of several bears and a sheep. Don't worry,
and a honey badger.
Don't worry.
Honey badger.
And our view again whooshes off through the woods. This time looping back towards the castle, towards the village of Barovia, but not getting quite that far as it stops on a hilltop. On a hilltop with the burnt-out ruins of a windmill. And capering, dancing, moon-clad, also known as stark naked, we see 3 old crones cackling at the night sky. You think you've won? You couldn't destroy us, and you can't destroy the Count. We shall bide our time, but don't think we won't punish you. Don't think we won't punish you. And as they dance around the ruins of their old dream pie bakery, they raise their hands to the cloudy sky, and it starts to part. And as the clouds part, just a little, we see, hanging in what passes for the sky beyond the clouds of Barovia, a large yellow moon, hanging heavily, fat and evil in the sky, as the night hags of the Bone Grinder Coven summon forth a witch moon. And then we return to you. As you enter the outskirts of the village of Barovia, what do you say? The scene is yours.
Before that, I do really hope that we continue to get these sketch shows of all the bad guys, because I'm really looking forward to like another episode of Strad and his parents locked together forever.
Yeah.
But Mom, I was an evil lord! Still have to clean your room. But, yeah.
I watched that show.
2.5 vampires.
Yeah. So
We need to go back, Senecus. We have to try and find him.
He'll be fine. I mean, what's a window? It's only a drop. He'll be fine.
A drop? How far was that drop?
Having leant out of that window for a significant amount of time, roughly how far was that drop?
it is thousands and thousands of feet.
Not like 5. That's
Very nuts.
There's a hope.
I've been like holding out that window that whole time, and just if I just let go and put my foot down on the ground and just got back in,
lying there holding his shin. Ooh. My God, I wasn't gonna go there. Don't need 10 minutes of that.
Yeah, he's got magic. You've got magic. Magic fixes
The
things.
state he was in. Are you happy to just leave it like that?
No, we'll find him, but he'll be fine. He'll find us before we find him.
I hope you're right.
Very optimistic.
In any case, there's no way we could get back there tonight. Tomorrow, if we can, we should go and take a look.
Yeah, we can have a look around, but I'm sure he'll show up. You know what he's like.
I hope you're right. Anyway. What now?
Well, I mean, what time? It's night time, so is it like middle of the night kind of situation?
Yeah, getting towards midnight. Yeah.
I think we've got some thank yous to do with a lot of distractions and stuff he has, just to give us the chance to do what we did. And I think people need to be told what happened. There's probably a lot of confusion right now.
Everyone needs to know.
Speaking of...
I don't know. Yes, go ahead.
It's okay. No, Ismark falls in beside you. His knee-length leather boots clipping on the different... Oh, Tig Madison. Sorry, excuse me. As a large group of villagers come in from the side streets. Welcome, raiders.
Wow.
We are just kicking off a homebrewed Ravenloft campaign. First session, just getting going. You've timed it very nicely. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. I hope you had a fantastic session. And we do a quick shout out there. Excuse me, folks. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let's get that right. Tig Madison, yes. Sorry, no, that's not how you do that at all. Sorry, excuse me. I was doing it earlier.
So excited about Tig Madison.
I'm so excited. Sorry, excuse me, folks. There we go. Oh, we've been streaming No Man's Sky. That's a game I do not dare go anywhere near. It's lost in that forever. Okay. If you find raiders there are not already, do consider giving us a follow if you like yourself some D&D. We play lots of homebrew campaigns and official campaigns, lots of things going on throughout the week, and some fun one-shots as well. Welcome on, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy a fabulous Halloween start to this campaign, courtesy of the Arcane Library. We have a giveaway going if you are a fan of D&D and would have use for such a thing. The adventure that we are running tonight is on offer to one of you viewers there. And let me do a quick shout out about that again. Boom. Hey, Bolly. And Stormfell too. Good to see you. And Count Nickers. Hey, Count Nickers. We've got
all the counts are showing
all the counts, yeah. I'm losing count.
Illustrious audience today.
Hey, Thamia. Yay. Welcome. Good luck. Okay, so, everyone. Welcome. Actually, let me do one more thing. Oh, Count Nickers. Thank you for the follow. Do give a look to your Twitch Whispers later on after we are finished and offline, as we have, thank you Tig, welcome, as we have a followers Discord. Tig, once you've got that invite, do make sure that you jump in there and shout out your streams. Terry MB, thank you so much. Welcome. Okay, and Skyco as well. Sorry, the alert didn't go up. It must have all happened at the same time. There it is. Hey, Skyco. Sorry, I just had to wait my turn. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for all the follows. And we shall jump right back into this. So, now, as this throng of villagers just streams around you. What happened? Is he gone? Is he gone? It's like all the friggin' Wizard of Oz, like bunch of kids. It's like, ding dong, the count is dead. No. He's like, oh, not quite. Technically.
For all intents and purposes.
I mean, yeah, he's technically dead.
Yeah, true.
That hasn't really changed anything, though.
He's been dead for a long time. Just
actually the main problem.
Done it well.
Yes. Okay. Oh, yes, we forgot to say that about Sarah. Sarah will have to look in. Cheers, Russell. We'll have to look into that interesting voice she heard beneath the Blue Water Inn as the voice of Vampire reached out to her. Now, as you make your way, yes, as I said, Ismark his boots clumping across the cobblestones, comes over to you. So, my friends, I'm so glad and overjoyed to see you alive, and is it true? Is the shadow of the Count no longer cast across our land?
Indeed, he has been defeated.
It is true.
As we said we would. Was there ever any doubt?
No. I suppose not.
Okay.
It's just...
We had lots of doubts, so I'm glad that you didn't.
I was being polite. There have just been so many adventurers that have come through before. We barely dared to dream. That's what I was trying to say. That you would be different.
He's bound now. In the castle, and hopefully for forever.
Unable to...
Of course, that means our work is not done. However, his followers are still here and need to be dealt with.
Unable to go abroad in the land?
I mean, it's still dangerous, of course, but there's...
And what do you mean? What of his beasts? What of his spies?
I mean, they still exist, unless you defeated them. Your villagers were quite a show of force out there. Whoa.
Let's get indoors.
Yes.
And as you're making your way through the streets here, you are almost knocked off your feet as a violent tremor goes through the ground. And all of you freeze in your tracks as you hear an almighty roar across the treetops and the mountains of the nearby hills. Something like this. Ismark turns to you. I thought you said he was gone. What is happening? The church! The church, the bells are ringing. Everyone, go! Raiders, you too! And people start streaming from the buildings of the village, those that went already with the mob that were already here. And everyone just starts dashing through the streets towards the most fortified building in the village, which is the church. And as you rush through the cobblestone streets towards that building, you see... let me get this right here. Something that your eyes almost just refuse to accept, refuse to understand, comprehend, as you see one of the large peaks, one of the huge mountains that march off into the distance behind the castle Ravenloft. The peak nearest to the castle, the next one in the range, splits open. And as it does, a fiery orange glow licks up at the sky above, brightening the sky, and from the sides of the mountain, two leathery wings that eclipse the entire sky slowly unfurl and cast a jagged shadow from the moon's light across the valley. The screaming villagers all dash towards the church, and Ismark is rushing and urging them forward. Everyone, go! Everyone! I do not know what this is, but we need to get indoors. So, what are you doing?
No chance those wings are silver.
I'm afraid not. Sorry.
Worth asking.
You do seem to get a hint as some of the elders who are being kind of helped along, almost dragged along by their panicking families as babies are snatched up and children are snatched up and carried. Some of the elders shout out, Chernabog! Chernabog rises! Get to the church! Get to the church!
Chernabog? Who's turn to look? What do you know?
What is this?
Nobody's stopping to talk because everyone's just barreling through the streets.
If the old ladies are hobbling along somewhat more slowly, as we're hobbling along.
As very clearly stated,
I'll carry you.
Family members are dragging them along. Although I do need Esmeralda Zenicus, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm probably fine with this.
I got a 10.
29?
Oh, right.
That's disgusting. You're disgusting.
As the tremors shake through and tiles from the roofs and flower pots and bits of debris and things come clattering down into the streets, I'm afraid, Esmeralda, you take 4 bludgeoning damage as debris falls down onto you in the streets. Zenicus, you managed to use your reflexes and dodge out of the way.
Like wall running.
Yes. And as you are dashing through the streets, I'm afraid it takes a little while longer, and I need one more dex saving throw, please.
For both of us?
Both of you again, yes. As the supports of a building come crashing down.
27.
9.
Good lord.
I got a plus 10 to dex save throws.
Esmeralda, that is 7 more bludgeoning damage as it comes crashing down on you.
I'm trying to talk to this little old lady. I'm not paying attention to anything else.
Like all these rocks are just narrowly evading this old lady.
All hitting me. I'm like whacking them out of the way, maybe. I'm trying to protect her so I can talk to her, and she's just not talking to me. She's panicking too much.
Back in my day, rocks didn't just fall from the sky.
Okay, as you are trying to, panic and make your way through the streets here, dashing towards the sanctuary of the church, you do finally round, because you remember it's on the north side, right below the pillar rock of the castle itself. And you kind of look up nervously, but the castle seems to be holding strong. It's not toppling down on the village from above, which is good. Good news, good news. But your eyes cannot help be drawn past the castle to that peak once more, as... It's strange, you see a mouse on a nearby thing with a wizard's hat on doing some kind of conducting the music, and there's a bunch of walking brooms with buckets of water. No, you make your way through the streets and you arrive at the church. No longer home to the previous priest, as we know. The Raven Queen punished him for his harboring of vampire spawn, even though it was his son. And you reach sight of the clamoring bell tower, which rises high above Barovia village. The thick masonry supporting those pointed spires and the facade carved with weeping angels. All of the villagers streaming ahead of you are rushing through the courtyard, swarming around the sides of a statue which you didn't really pay much attention to last time, more intent on the cries and the strange sounds coming from within the church itself. As you also make your way past this statue that was in the courtyard here. Looking at it properly for the first time almost here, you see it. A very, very lifelike statue of a woman in armor with a sword pointed defiantly. Not at Castle Ravenloft as you might expect, but at this mountain that has split in two. Over at the doorway to the church, you see a woman in white and red vestments, hurrying the villagers inside. Everyone, come on, into the church. Do not worry. We have prepared for this day. And although you have forgotten, may the bravery of Saint Sophia guide us in our hour of greatest need. Come, let us pray. Take sanctuary. Take sanctuary. And she's just gesturing for everyone to get inside. What are you doing?
How close did I get to that statue on the way past?
You can go right past it.
Can I touch it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then, can I use my feature of psychometry? How is it you pronounce that word? Psychometry?
Sure.
Where I can touch things and recall information about the darker past surrounding an object that you are touching.
That's so cool.
So I have to make a history check.
Go for it. Marin, did you update your character sheet with the bludgeoning damage?
bludgeoning damage? Yeah, I mean the hit points, yeah.
Right.
It's not showing.
Someone just said they wondered if the overlay was supposed to update, so maybe it hadn't.
Yeah, the overlay can be a bit
11.
delayed.
Okay, bit of a lag on that node. Thanks for checking, though.
I am damaged. Unhappily so.
History. That was only a 14.
Okay.
Do I glean anything as I kind of feel the memories of this statue?
Sorry, some villagers.
Yeah, the statue screams at me.
It's like, social distance. No, you... let's see. The name Saint Sophia does ring a bell, which means it must have been existent on the material plane before you came in here. So this must be very old, predating the Raven Queen priest that was here when you arrived. And you remember stories of sacrifice and a pure soul defiance against the face of evil. But that's as much as you can remember.
Just kind of get a glimpse of all that kind of very quickly and kind of keep running towards the church to kind of get to safety.
Yes. You're running inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the weapon also stone by any chance, or is it something else?
No, yes, it's just all the parts of one statue.
Okay.
I've got a good question.
Yes.
The dragon killing sword's been there the whole time and we just kept walking past it.
You burst through the doors and see the church just packed with villagers. Over 100, as everyone is burst in here. I mean, the raiders help.
Thanks, guys. Gosh, it's crowded.
The nearby... sorry, what was our friend's name? Tig? Where are you, Tig? There's a flurry of chat stuff there.
Take Madison.
Madison, that's right, yes. Yes, the raiders from Madison County, nearby. Sorry.
Closest town to Barovia.
Yes. It's an ancient settlement. The only remaining part of it is Death House, out there in the woods. Now, as you burst through into the relative sanctuary of the church, you see all of the villagers there just in their nightwear and just complete disarray, with hastily grabbed weapons, kind of crowbars and farming implements and kitchen knife and just all these different bits and bobs.
One person with a rolling pin.
Absolutely. And they are all huddled, trying to give each other comfort. And you see this priestess wearing the vestments has gone ahead of you and is giving a calm prayer, speaking and gesturing over the heads of a large group of Barovian villager converts to the Church of Saint Sophia in their hour of need. And she is...
A very hasty conversion.
Yes. She looks fairly young, but a very grim countenance, and seems to be bearing the weight of responsibility.
I hear what she's saying in the prayer. Like, it's something unusual.
Move towards it, see if I can catch any of the words in the prayers.
Yeah.
It's a general kind of prayer of solace and comfort, and trying to calm them and assure them that Saint Sophia is watching over them in this dark time. But she sees you approaching, and she breaks off, says the closing words, and turns to you. And still trying to catch her breath, almost, as she decided, she seemed to do that before taking a rest herself, turns. I do not know what's caused it, but the moon, the witch's moon, it has done something to the statue.
What do you mean?
And Zenicus, you think back to when you were looking at the statue, trying to recall what you could about the figure of Saint Sophia, and as you looked at it, the moonlight falling on the statue was strange. It seemed to pool in the statue's eyes and coil like smoke in the eyes of the statue. And priestess introduces herself. My name is Ava. We are from a small chapel at the foot of the mountain. We have been keeping watch, and I came this way as soon as I could, as soon as I saw the clouds part and the witch moon. Long feared, but
You're expecting this.
Unexpected, I'm afraid. We couldn't. There was no way we could know.
Was it Strahd's power holding it in bay?
I do not think so. No, it was maybe the moon. I do not know what released the moon, but it is the power of the statue.
The statue?
The power of Saint Sophia herself that keeps the beast locked away in the mountain. Look. Chernabog has risen. He is ancient. An ancient god. Weakened by a diminishing of followers, but still very dangerous. And you saw as you were approaching, just he was tearing chunks out of the top of this mountain, and just absolutely terrifying.
Very weak looking.
Very powerful.
I'm truthfully,
for a god, for a god.
Burst of energy. Maybe soon after this.
You and Ava says to you, "It is the statue that protects Barovia. Unbeknownst to most of them, some of the elder ones remember the stories from before we were locked away in here. The prisons within the prisons. But we must beware. Chernabog will start to bring his minions forth. Demons, ghosts. We may be able to survive if the villagers stay here and we can defend this location. Please, help us."
Of course. What can we do against such reckless hate?
We must hold these walls as long as we can.
How long will it last? Is it only for while the moon's out?
We can hope. Let us see what the morning brings.
That's all we can do.
And let's bring you over to the map.
Okie dokie.
Boop. Sorry, I did not put all of the villages on there. So, forgive me. Ah, it's so beautiful. Lovely map. It's the author's wife is the cartographer. Such a fantastic pair. Yes.
Power couple.
Very fabulous folks. Okay. It seems like the church is in better nick than when you were here last. And slight change in layout. They must have knocked through some walls, made some more pew room.
So, as soon as we left, they were just like,
time to renovate.
I mean, they had a new burgomaster. He's like big reforms on religion, big reforms on the building codes. He's keeping everything up to date.
It does sound like kind of like
energy efficient now.
You kind of got the kind of Barovian kind of like Eastern European kind of style. It does sound like an Eastern European knockoff of like Bob the Builder. It's like he's Mark the Builder. And it's just like I'm just going before after. Yeah, Charlie. All of their maps are stunning. Esmeralda and Xenicus have romped through several other maps as well. They're so nice.
We have.
Yes. Do head on over, dear folks. Let me get that link in chat again whilst I'm chatting about it. Head on over to their homepage and give them a look. Fabulous work. And lots of nicely priced bundles with their previous stuff. Okay, so as you find yourselves there, sorry, I think Ava would be kind of over with you. If I can. Ava, move! There she is. She's kind of just like leaning against the pews there, just exhausted. And unbeknownst to you, outside the building here, the vast form of Chernobog looming above the valley, its wings unfurled and stretching after so long, imprisoned by this accursed saint, starts to call forth the celebrants, starts to call forth his minions, and he lifts his hands high, and a cold wind starts to gust through the streets of the village of Barovia. A moaning, howling sound swirls around, terrifying the villagers within once more as you hear crunches and impacts and explosions of earth as the graveyard to the north of the church becomes restless once more.
Guess we're gonna have to go to that front door. No, I can't move my token.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Neither can I. We're locked in this pew.
Just a moment, folks.
Just screaming in the background. That's a great scream.
Try that, Marin.
Let's see. Yay! I can move. Okay.
There you go.
Cha-cha-cha. Oop, I'm labeled as a Sarah though.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm okay being a Sarah.
It's not a bad thing to aspire to.
Right?
Boop. And Mike, is that okay for you?
Yep, got it now.
Thank you, Sneaky. Thank you, Chaotic. Yes, yes, these are the joys of Sirenscape. Screaming in your ears. Okay.
That's joy. That's joy.
They do have nice sound effects too.
Screams of joy.
When are we going to hear those? Maybe sometime in the future?
Sorry, Marin, let me get rid of that nameplate for you there. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. So, yes. You hear this terrifying noise swirling around the walls of the church outside. And as you prepare for whatever is approaching, you hear howls and yammerings and clunking of bones and the shuffling of creatures out in the graveyard. And before long, there is a heavy thunk, thunk, thunk against the northern door, as whatever is without desires to be within.
Disagree.
So, what are you doing?
Run up, do a slide over the... I'm guessing that's the altar here. At the northern door here.
Mm-hmm.
Slide over, and as I do, pull out my lightsaber.
Okay, let me just add our friends here.
Because I'm a Jedi werewolf.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
We're on the roof now.
We're on the roof! We're on the roof!
Go away, roof. Oop. Sorry, cut away, cut away.
I love the sun sword.
There you go. I was trying to get this guy. There we go.
Oh, he looks nice. He's smiling, right?
Yeah, look, exactly. He looks so happy.
Hi!
Hi, guys! I bet this is like a multi-marketing scheme they've got going on right outside. They're like, would you like to buy Herbalife? They're like, no!
Okay, sorry, I'm not quite done yet. It's just a moment.
Oh, take your time.
I will.
It's fine. You know.
Okay. So,
Yep.
as a great number of skeletons and a few wights emerge from graves, restless to be back in the world, as Chernobog himself, they come lumbering through, and arrive at the rear of the church there. Now, the door has been kind of shored up and fortified as best as possible with pews and the like, and there are some larger of the villagers all gathered there as our friends come running over here.
A lot of baddies.
As yes, they come shambling through the gravestones towards you. And you hear an almighty thump on the exterior doors as I need to make a strength check. With advantage, because these whites are assisting each other.
Oh, well that's sweet, I guess.
Okay, so let me grab a stat block here. Oh, that looks so cool. Okay, strength check. Thump. No. The other one without advantage. No. Okay, you hear clumps and smacks and impacts against the door, but it does not bust open. You are happy to hear and see? So, what do? You have another round to do something you would like to do.
I did not do anything the first time. Can I precast Blur on myself?
Please.
Yay! New spell. It's very exciting, you guys. So anyone who sees me will see every movement I make is now kind of shifting and waving. Like it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing exactly, and they will all have disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Oof.
And I'm also going to move over to the front to be ready.
Okay.
Is it a 5 foot per square thing going on?
Yes.
Can I get there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so I
I'm
guess
gonna
what
get
you
up
doing?
there.
You're just there with your sword ready?
Can I also use a bonus action to put blades on?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to. I don't know how it works with the sun sword, but cut across my arm. It cauterizes instantly, and I can't use my blood magic. Damn.
Chop your hand off. Gotta get a new one, I guess.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
So as I cut across my arm with the lightsaber, the blood kind of goes through it, and you kind of start seeing the color of the blood mix with the light of the sun sword, and then bursts into flames.
Nice.
I
Okay.
take d6 damage, 3 damage.
Okay. And of course, our priestess friend is also at your side, Esmeralda.
Yeah. Stand at the door for shield up, ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Which brings us back round to them. Another strength check. Let's see. Where are we at? Boom. Nope. And the other one. Nope. Dunk. Dunk. I mean, you could, if you wish, you could take the fights to them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's gonna basically that also basically ready in an action for like the first like hand to come through and like make a hole anywhere.
Yeah.
Just instant stab right through.
Okay, Duke.
Yeah, I'm also readying lightning.
Okay, Duke. The is blur concentration? Just out of
Yes.
interest. Okay.
It is. I
Can you put that on your token?
I can.
Is that like concentric circles thing?
Yep.
Not dropping any frames, are we? No. Okay. Sorry, my roll 20 is being a bit slow, but stream is okay. Okay. Actually, yeah. You see Ava as well. She casts a spiritual weapon, which appears shimmering in the air beside her. And Xenicus, you notice it is exactly the same as the sword the statue is holding. Which brings us round to
Sophia Reborn.
the whites. Oop. Nope. Nope. That is like, damn, these doors are strong. Anything else? Just waiting.
Like I say, like if it looks like that they're going to break through eventually, there's no way holding back. I think I'm gonna I'm timing it, gonna try and time it with their bashes,
Yes.
and then just like open the door and put my sword up so that one of them will push forward and go impale itself.
Nice.
Okay. Right. So, They eventually, I mean, yes, if you're just going to be waiting, then they eventually break through, and the door shatters and buckles, and you see their terrifying visages through the breaks in the doorway. And let's just see if we've got any. Oh, they have sunlight sensitivity.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so they flinch visibly from the sunlight from the swords, Zenicus, and you see the priestess nod approvingly, and you can roll an advantage attack.
Ooh.
On the one in front of you.
That's why you use sunscreen, kids.
Yeah, very important. Wear sunscreen. I mean, 17 plus...
Hits, you're good.
Plus 11.
Plus 11?
Plus 11.
Holy shit.
Alright then.
That's,
carry on.
D8, that's a D8, and another D10. Oh wait, no, it's D8 plus a D8. 6? Yeah, D8 plus D6. Whoosh. That is 15 radiant damage.
Okay.
And 7 fire damage.
Okay.
No, sorry. 5 fire damage, sorry.
So 20 total?
Yes.
Thank you. But the different types are useful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So yes, this creature just like impales itself on the sword as it comes through, just hissing angrily at you. And just comes through the door and attacks you. Esmeralda, if you want to do something, is a held action?
Yes, I want to. Yep, my lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt.
So that I'm gonna shoot out and try and hit as many whites as possible. I'm not sure if you let me hit all 3. If not, I'll just hit 2. But basically, so I have to do a DC 16 dex save.
Okay. Just while that's happening as well, the priestess's spiritual weapon also cuts into that same one, Zenicus, and it is blooded. Okay, so there's a dex save, you said?
Yeah, it's for anything within 100 feet. It's 100 foot long, 5 foot line.
Okay.
So, I guess straight line, I'll just hit the 2 in front of me, plus the one behind.
All right. Dex saves. DC?
16.
Oh, right. The one in front of you fails. The one behind it fails.
Yay.
And then the skeleton as well?
Yep.
The skeleton makes it. What? Yep,
Okay,
natural 20. It's the skeleton of a ninja.
Well, this is the skeleton
Deceased
of
ninja.
Okay. Okay, well, the first 2 take 35 lightning damage, and the last one takes 17.
35 and 17. Oof. Okay. Those 2 whites are already on their last legs.
Hells, yes, they are.
Wow. Which means they have 10 or less, folks. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let me grab this one as well. Boop. And minus those HP. And 17 you said on the skeleton?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. I wonder if that's still enough. Oh, wait, come on. Where's the... Give me the numbers.
You can just kill it, it's okay.
No, it's fine, yeah. It nimbly dodges out of the way as the lightning bolt still hits into the side of it and it just explodes in bone fragments.
Yeah.
Just dead.
Again.
Boop. Okay, so, as that finishes up there, I think we need some initiative now.
Yep.
I'm rolling well tonight. This is very unlike me.
Oops.
Ava, how you doing, Ava? Give me that initiative. Oh. 19. And welcome everyone. Good to have you here. Hope you're having a good evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever in the world you are. We're in Japan and Vietnam. So, evening for us. And whites.
We're on the same. I'm guessing I have a higher dex than her. I doubt she's got a +5 to dex.
Right.
Noticing Casey mode a bit.
Oh, yep, sure thing, Nod. 2 seconds, let me get this initiative sorted. And I'll be right with you. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. There we go. Oh, is that good? Let me know. Okay, and yeah. Okay, so yeah, you managed to do those devastating blows immediately as the door gives way, but that puts us into initiative proper, starting with Xenicus Guahain. So, go for it, mate.
So, there's no way to kind of, like, they're blocking the doorway, I'm guessing. There's no way to kind of sneak past them at all. I'm going to have to kill one first, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. And then I will try to do so.
Okay.
I'm going to just, using that destroyed door, I'm just going to, like, push up against it, kind of using it as a shield as well, like using my shield, holding what's left of the door, and I'm going to cut in across to him. To the one in front of me. That is very high. I'm guessing a 28 hits.
Yes.
And that is...
Anyone wondering why this is the start of a campaign and they are very high level already? We are carrying on from our Curse of Strahd campaign into a new homebrew Ravenloft campaign. I hope you join us for the ride. It's gonna be a good one.
Dire rolls, but that's 12 radiant and 1 fire damage.
Okay.
A 1 and a 2 on the dice.
So they are also on their last legs.
Then I will take the other shot, or other swipe.
I was gonna say.
That's 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's better. That's, well, I mean, it's probably going to be dead then. That is 16 radiant and 4 fire.
For the first time in Barovia and Beyond, tell me what happens.
I'm going to, like, it kind of comes at me. I'm going to use my weight to kind of push it back. Yeah. And then, like, drop on it with the sword and then move into its space and kind of whirl into the middle of that and kind of into the middle of them and kind of try and, like, using my kind of lightsabery sword, sun sword, and shield to kind of just try and hold them to stop them sneaking into the chapel.
Awesome. Oh, Change Griffin, thank you for the follow. Sorry, I missed that. Didn't hear it come through. Noisy soundscape covering over the alerts. Okay. Anything else? You done?
Just double checking. Done that, done that, done that, done that. I'm done.
Okay. In which case, that brings us to the priestess, Ava. She steps forward with her sword swooshing and swooping over her head. And first off, and they're going to go for the one in front of you, Esmeralda, the spiritual weapon will make an attack and hits for a total of 2 force damage.
Still its best.
Still on their last legs.
Little spiritual best.
Spiritual best.
And then she steps forward with her mace flashing out.
True Star Wars. I've got a lightsaber, I've got mace with us.
A 15 hits. Smack! 6 bludgeoning. It's still up.
No, it's got 1 left, doesn't it?
But yeah, so she steps forward and just this massive swoosh of her mace and just thuds into the shoulder and where the neck joins the shoulder and just makes this huge kind of impact. So you hear the crunching of a long, half-decayed bone, but the creature just hisses and looks angrily back at her. All right, and that's the end of her turn. At which point, Xenicus, you are swarmed by skeletons.
Yay!
Scaly boys, scaly boys. Okay, as they come running over here. These will come here. They're all just clamoring, reaching over the shoulders of these wights, trying to get at these morsels of living vitality, especially the ones beyond. You've done very well to hold the door here. If they get inside, it gets rather nasty rather quick. So, the skeletons will go for you, Xenicus. And they have short swords, so that is going to be 3 attacks. 6,
Nope.
an 8,
Nope.
and an 8.
Nope. Dodge and weave. Like I'm doing like flips and stuff. I'm acrobatically avoiding this.
I think one of them at the back sees the ones at the front doing so badly, and he's like, just like an army of darkness. He's like, let's get the fuck out of here. No, this is.
At one point, like one of them went to do a stab at me, and I've jumped on his arm, jumped on it, climbed up on his shoulders, and done a backflip back to his face. I was at.
Yes, indeed. But the whites, the 2 whites that are left standing, do have their turn now, and they reach out for you, attacking with long swords and their life drain attack. So, let's have a look here. One of them is going to go for, let's see who they'll go for. Let's make it random. One of them has to go for Xenakis, but the other one is going to go for the priestess. So, Xenakis first.
Yep. Okay.
11?
Nope.
Okay, and then the longsword, 18?
Nope.
What's your fucking AC at the moment?
21.
21?
Yep.
What armor have you got at the moment?
It's because I've got the shield, and we've also got the buff because of
The
Argynvost
Yeah.
buff.
Oof. Okay, and then
And I'm an agile boy.
That's two.
Plus
Okay.
5 dex.
The priestess, their armor is 13. Not as good. So natural 1 on the life drain. the spirit of Saint Sophia protects her.
Exactly, their heart drain's not in it.
And the longsword misses too, only a 7.
Oh no!
So
They just feel the heroic.
the creature reaches out with a damp, clammy, clawed hand, and she just like spats it aside with her mace, and then swings the race back round again and catches this longsword as it whooshes overhead.
And as she does catch that, I take a stab at it from underneath using my sentinel. Just when it makes an attack, it doesn't have to hit.
Nice.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna try and make an attack on this creature that attacked
the one
her.
next to you. Yep.
Yep, that is dirty 20.
Okay.
Which was
It's great, Ace, don't fail.
that is 10, so that's 16 radiant and 6 fire.
The 2 left. So, I think you're kind of like, you're parrying the short swords of the skeletons. You're like cling, 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 and then you just like spin your sword around, grab the hilt, and just drive it behind you without even looking, and just like, destroys that white. Fantastic. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I know that it would be terrible for me, but Fireball would be brilliant right now.
Yeah, right. All right. Thank you. So, that done brings us to Esmeralda.
It does.
You
Move
have-
forward. Can they get in behind me, or is it okay to move forward one?
One forward is fine. Yeah.
I'm gonna move forward into melee.
Do so.
And I'm going to attack the white in front of me.
Yep.
With my rapier. 17. Does that hit?
It does.
Lovely. So that hits for. Well, actually, I'm gonna be using green flame blade as well.
Hey, Gary, thanks for the follow. Welcome. We'll be inviting you all to the Discord after.
Attacks.
Yes, this is the first one.
If you use Green Flame Blade, you'll only get 1 attack because that's a spell cast.
Oh, you're.
Because you're casting a spell, which will give you 1 attack. So if you want 2 attacks,
Right.
you
So
can
it's. Hang on a second, because I'll check.
New spells.
Yeah,
Who does?
I remember. Yeah, I know, because I remember that as a thing
new spells.
Maybe I had to look it up.
Okay.
No problem.
In that case, I will cast it anyway because I said I would. So that's 8 piercing initially.
Okay.
Plus, that's an additional 4 fire damage. Plus,
Okay. Tell me what happens. You're good. 10 left.
Ez is so over this. They've just freaking got rid of Strahd. She's ready for like a celebration kind of party. They got back to the village and everything is falling to pieces and they're being attacked by zombies. She is just so angry about this whole thing. She has not had a chance to fight yet. She just strides out into the graveyard, takes one look around, stares this zombie down, and just like whacks at it and just decapitates it.
Okay.
The rapier, which is very hard to do.
Yes.
Like you poke many times really quickly that it's
she
like
pokes into like the vertebrae of the neck.
Just create a tear here line.
She pokes the neck, and it's so weak because it's in decay, the song just falls off.
Okay, and it just rolls across the ground and it hisses up at you still for a little while before the undead light goes from its eyes.
Yep, and then I rolled terribly on Green Flame Blade. I rolled a 1 out of 8, but there's still 5 damage that bounces off into the next thingy. So the one just next to me, to my right.
Gets 5.
5 fire damage. Yep.
Noted. All right, that is on its last legs already. He's like, what did I do?
You dared to attack the villagers. Never attack the villager.
I haven't attacked anyone.
yes.
Can feel your intent.
Okay, thank you. Right, there is the information about our giveaway, folks. If you are not already, do jump in for your chance to win this adventure with these beautiful maps and these fun times. Okay, so that brings us to Zenica Squad.
I'm gonna just keep the dance going.
Yep.
Well, I think I do get 2 attacks though. Because Green Blaze counts as a cantrip.
No, yeah, but you cast the cantrip, which does an attack. You're not using the attack action. You're using a spell action.
Yeah, so the action casts the spell. You can't use the attack action.
But I have a thing in my traits where I can cast an attack and a cantrip. Anyway, figure it out later.
Okay,
this is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say then if you can, then yeah. Because I was gonna say normal like dual, like if you attack twice normally, you can't do that because it's a spell.
Yeah.
But it plays on
you can attack twice instead of once when you take the attack action, and you can cast one of your cantrips and place one of those attacks.
Yeah, you do have another attack now.
Okay, then I'm gonna do.
What's the feature?
Blah, blah, blah. It is extra attack, but specifically under Blade Singer.
Blade Singer, okay. Normal extra attack, you only get 2 attacks or
it's a feature extra attack, yeah.
Blade Song, extra attack. Yes, you can attack twice instead of once. Oh, thank you, Janesi. Good to see you. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Moreover, you can cast one of your cantrips in place of one of those attacks.
Yep, you can attack.
I'm muscling again. I've already attacked my rapier and attacked with my hand axe.
The Green Flame Blade, he said very carefully, is a cantrip. Yep. So yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to attack with my silvered short sword. I'm going
nice.
to...
Shiny 17.
Shiny 17.
Shiny 17. That hits.
Not a lot, but it is a solid 8
piercing.
I'm going to go put this on me next to me again.
Which one are you going for? The one next to you?
Same one, yeah.
Okay, yep. Right. Your silvered short sword flashes out in the evil, ominous moonlight and destroys the skeleton.
Yay! Now I'm done. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
I got 13 to hit.
Against which one?
The one
12, 10 or 9.
Straight in front of me.
Okay, north.
That hit?
A 13?
Yeah.
Just hits, yes.
Wow, which means that I can only fail to hit these on a nat 1, because that was a 2.
Wow. Amazing.
That is... Why do I keep forgetting the plus so much? I've looked through it so many times. Plus 10. So that's 16 radiant and 5 fire damage.
Oh, just completely destroyed it, yeah.
I just like straight cut up and split it in half.
Okay, at least Mason doesn't have to feel guilty for not being here. You're okay. You're doing alright.
And then I'll... Yeah, no, I think I'll stay where I am, but I'll hit the one diagonally to the left of me. So
okay.
Forward and left.
Yep.
Which, as long as it's not that one, I'm fine. It's not that one. That is...
Oof, that was a flurry of blades. 11 damage?
Radiant, 11 radiant and 5 fire.
Oh, no, so close. Also dead. Boom. Okay, so yes, the radiant lights burst through the ribcage.
Right now, just like, slicing through the ball.
Okay, fantastic. Anything else?
As much as I'd like to do more, no, I can't.
Okay, no problem. our priestess friend is kind of stuck in there, but she will send her spiritual weapon forth, and it will attack one of the skeletons. 14 hits for 2 force damage. Boink. the little spiritual weapon that could, but not very much.
Aww.
Okay.
Kinda could.
The best one that she has eyes on is this one across here, like diagonally across you, Esmeralda. So 2 damage on that one. Doesn't even put it on its last legs. And that is her turn. The skeletons. Okay. So this one will move in and step over its fallen comrade. This one will move here. And this one will dash in here. And this one will dash in here. Rah, 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 rah. Okay, so 3 on each of you.
Okay. They have disadvantage on me.
Yes, they do. Okay, so ladies first.
So nice, thank
14?
you. 14? I have an AC of 22.
Oof. I don't
You
think
get more than me?
Yeah. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use my reaction.
Hit on without the disadvantage.
I'm gonna use my reaction for the first one that hits me, or try to hit me to do a riposte. And when it misses me with the melee attack, I can use my action to expend a dice to make an attack against it.
Fantastic.
Melee attack against it. So, and I'm also gonna add some damage to it, I believe. Second, so I'm gonna attack with my rapier. 16, I'm guessing that hits?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 8 piercing plus plus how much do I get for my superiority dice? I think I get 1d8 extra damage for superiority dice.
Can you tell me?
D8, yeah, so plus 1d8. I'm not used to using those, I keep forgetting that I have.
It's okay.
Yeah, and I spent every time I look at my dice,
So
I'm
plus
like,
3.
which one's an 8?
So it's a total of 11 damage.
All right, it's on its last legs, but still up. And tell me, what does that look like? Okay, I'm getting into like RPing the combats a bit more as well. So
Yeah.
How do you
okay,
do
well, so the skeleton's gonna come in and try and swing, and I mean, she's kind of this crazy blur. It's very difficult to see where she even is.
Yeah, right.
And it just swings through and misses, and sort of looking around to see where she is. And as it's sort of looking around, this thing just sort of crashes down. I guess actually pokes. It pokes down from somewhere off to the side. I can't even really tell, but it just maybe gets.
Let me try and help the people at home envision what that looks like.
Thank you.
This.
Exactly.
Oh, you've zoomed in. Well,
The virtual background doesn't work.
Yeah, that's basically slightly more colorful. But...
As you poke down, all of a sudden you just see the zombie light up as I poked from up, because it attacked with an enemy that wasn't me, so sentinel attack.
Teamwork, yeah. We meet in the middle of the high five.
I mean,
bodies of the dead.
18 radiant and 3 fire. I think it's probably dead.
Yes, that one is destroyed.
It's plus 10 to my d8, and then plus my d6.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, that
All
one
I
is
can do is
destroyed.
attack, but it's effective.
But then the 3 are going to attack you, Zinnigus.
Cool.
These are straight rolls, so a 6, a 7,
Nope.
and a 9.
Nope.
Clang, 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 clang. Yeah, so these things, they're clearly like unaccustomed to movement. They just burst up from the ground, and you can see behind them these rents in the earth around the gravestones and things. And you look around. Thankfully, none of them seem to be like the semi-decayed last burgomaster. He's not among their number.
Like I say, at least one of those attacks though that came in at me, like as Esmeralda was kind of poking down at the other guy, like her back was kind of bent over. I've kind of definitely like flipped over on her back. And
Yeah, definitely.
We're just like so into dance, because like
I
she's
mean,
in the
trained
blade
by the
dance.
same mentor, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're in the dance of the combat right now,
Yeah.
holding the front line.
Indeed, yes. And that would be the Wet's turn, but they are no more.
Hells, yes, they are.
Esmeralda. Thank you. Esmeralda, go.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna attack all the things.
Okay.
So I'm gonna swing out to the one just to my northeast.
Yep.
With my rapier and green frame braid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 26 to hit.
Hits.
So that's gonna be initially 13 piercing.
Okay, doke.
Plus. Plus.
Why don't we stop you there? Because 13 is the magic number.
Oh, lovely.
And this one was already reduced to 11, so... Okay, so yep, you spin forward, and again, I think another decapitation is in order, as this skull, with its lopsided helmet and rather crappy armor, goes bouncing away, and it just is destroyed in one fell swoop. And then your second attack on a different one?
Yep, it's gonna be the one that's got the red dot. That's gonna be the bounce from green.
That one's dead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Then it's gonna bounce over to the one just to my east.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure why there are only 2 things here, unless the one on the. It says 9 fire damage.
Okay.
I guess.
Yep.
On the one that bounced.
It's to the ones to the east of you.
Yep.
Okay,
And
so yeah,
then
as your sword clashes through, I think like it sparks off the skeleton's helmet, and then that spark grows into the flame and just like cascades against the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
9, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Is it still up?
It's on its last legs, but yes, it
And
is still
I'm
moving.
gonna use my second attack to attack with my silver short sword.
Go for it.
Does 23 hit? I'm assuming it
Of
does.
course it does. Yeah.
Yay! So that's gonna be 9 piercing.
All right. Again,
I'm just
yes.
poking everything.
Yeah, I think you
Head
just.
held of blades of steel.
Now, of course, it's a skeleton, so it just goes through the ribs, but there is, it's the force that holds all the bones together that's being damaged by this attack. And so as you plunge through, I think you just kind of like jack the sword up through its rib cage and then just punch it back out. It just falls to pieces. Ugh.
Yay.
Okay. And, yep, more fertilizer for the graveyard. Okay.
Oh, they're great fertilizer, it's true.
True, right? I learned that from Minecraft. Okay, Xenacus.
Okay, let's get this guy right in front of me. Not an at one, so it's fine. That is...
When you say in front of you, which in front?
Directly in front.
So
Straight
north?
forward.
Yeah, okay.
North,
Yeah, go. Let's go compass. Yeah.
13 radiant and 6 fire.
Bye. Your turn. How would you like to narrate this death?
So, definitely, like, at that point, like, as like, leaning into that one to kind of flick the force off it, I'm definitely, like, she's kind of planted her, like, her stance. I definitely take that moment to, like, lift off, like, her knee as she's kind of bent her leg. I lift off, kind of land up, and kind of drop down on it.
Fantastic. Yes. Okay. So yeah, you just parkour off Esmeralda and just come plunging down through the back of the spine where it joins into the skull. Very, very easy to hit without all that annoying flesh in the way. And it's just boom, shattering the bones and crunching to the ground. Do you have a second attack?
Yep. So I got a 2, which meant I just hit.
Oof.
And then as I kind of come back up from that, I kind of spin it, and I'm just going to chop the legs of the other one. So that's 12 radiant and 2 fire.
West or northwest?
Directly to the west. Sorry, northwest of me to the west of the one I just killed.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm just going to like spin out from that previous attack and just kind of chop the legs off.
Okay. Wow. Okay. The priestess.
Chop your legs off.
The priestess with the little spiritual weapon that could. Okay.
What does it look like?
Our first inspiration of the game. Charlie, thank you so much to Esmeralda.
Yay.
I don't think she needs it right now, but soon.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what that
technically
means.
I still
and
have inspiration.
Thamior, no.
Okay.
But Thamior has just given it to you, so you have it.
Okay.
Thank
You guys are the
Thamior.
best.
Thank you.
Lovely people. Okay. I didn't think anyone was going to inspire them tonight because it's just like, yeah, they're fine. Just, okay.
They are inspired by us this time.
Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so you destroy those ones there, and the priest, as I said, sends her sword glistening with the holy light of the saints, and it clangs into the one next to you, Xenacus. Hits and 4 force damage, doubled from before. Okay, as it just clangs off the helmet and sends... It's like a comic, the skull just like spins in place on the top of the shoulders. And then it's just like... Sorry, I'm taking it serious. Clearly. But it is on its last legs. And boom. That is there. And that brings us to their turn. They, mindlessly driven on by the anger and malice of their master up on the mountaintop, they come charging forward to attack. First for Esmeralda with the disadvantage. Boom. 15. Not bad with disadvantage, but...
Yep. Alas.
Meaningless.
Alas.
And Xenacus. 20. And...
Nope.
Oh, natural 20 on the advantage roll, but only an 18.
Something hits me.
Nope, it was only an 18. It doesn't have advantage.
-2?
No, it doesn't have advantage. It was
okay,
the advantage roll. The extra roll was a natural 20.
I was actually excited for this guy. Like he finally got
me.
me.
Buddy, you did it. I'm so proud.
Good job. Good
never
job.
mind. In another life, he had advantage. Cheers, Count von Zarevich. We wish. Okay, so tantalizingly close, but not quite. Which, you know what? I mean, going on previous experience, I think you spin through the last of these and just summarily dispatch them. And the
create a new barricade for the door. It's bolts.
Right. And Ava just says, Saint Sophia looks over this night in sending you to us. And the people inside, their spirits raised quite considerably by this amazing display as you retreat back inside and make the door as barricaded again as possible. So kind of working on that, like putting up a makeshift barricade there. And we just cross out these boys.
Barricade of bones.
And girls. Cool. And last one. Bye. Okay. Oh, that white was still. What are you still doing around? Go away. Okay. So, yes, a gruesome sight at the entrance to the church, but quite happy and pleasing to the eyes nonetheless, as you rest, and lots of the villagers come up. They're like, "Oh, thank you so much. If they had gotten in amongst us, amongst the old folk and the children, I do not know what would have happened."
Well, perhaps don't thank us yet. There's still the bigger problem out there, but I'm glad we're here to at least help you this time.
I don't think these weapons will do much against that.
We're so inspiring and helpful. Gosh. This means nothing. You're still gonna die.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, death is still coming for you.
Just put off for about a moment. Now, most of them are happy and congratulating you, but you become aware of raised voices further inside the church. And as you step into the space to see what's going on and investigate, you discover that the soft weeping and murmurs of the village folk has blossomed into shouts and accusations, and you see groups of villagers clustered around two people who are glaring at each other, faces red and chests puffed out. They're arguing about something, but you can't see from, you can't make it out from here.
Walk over.
Mm-hmm.
What's this all about? It's hardly the time to be arguing with each other.
We've got enough fights on our hands without creating our own new ones.
One of them
Covered in bone dust.
looks like in their early 20s. They've got curly brown hair, very tall, a woman. She turns, she's like, "This doddering old fool thinks we're safe here, despite what we just saw. They can break in here anytime they want. We should get out of here before more of the undead rise from the ground."
So
And
you want to go out there?
Yes.
At least here you have walls to protect you.
I have somewhere safer.
You do.
Who's with me? And some of the villagers do kind of seem to agree. And he's like, I'm not going to stick around here like this coward. I'm going to take the initiative. And we're going to leave. Leave you to your graves. And the other one is a kind of older gentleman, like in his mid-40s. He's got a big scar on his neck and a very resolute set to his jaw. He's like, this is the strongest fortification for miles. Our best chances here. You don't know what you're talking about, Johnner. And they are still arguing, and they ignore that question from you, Esmeralda. Sorry.
Rude.
Now, what do you say? What's your stance here? Which do you think is the better way forward, and what do you add to this conversation?
I mean, I'd like to know more about this safeness that she has in mind. But if she's not listening to me, then I might ask around to see everyone else who's sort of listening on the conversations and be like, what do you know about this place she's talking about? Can you tell me anything?
To one of the other villagers?
Yeah. He's not quite as involved.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. I've never heard of Janner having any holdings outside the village.
Really? You haven't seen her leave anywhere or talk about any place?
Everyone comes and goes as they please.
Yeah, but she's mentioned this before.
Xenicus, what are you saying to people?
Like Xenicus is just going around kind of convincing them this is absolute idiocy. Like, we have walls that we can guarantee. Okay.
So there's a couple of old folks that are like nodding. It's like, yes, maybe there's too much of us here in one spot. Maybe we should separate them and thin out their attention.
Oh yes, great. Go die somewhere else to drag them all over. That's stupid. You have solid walls here and defenders here, and you're going to go for some place you don't even know exists.
And the two old folk and several of the people around them start to nod. They're like, yes, maybe we're safer here with you. Will you protect us?
As much as we can.
Okay, Esmeralda, your turn.
What do you know about Chernobog?
There's two things you can do here. You can try and convince villagers around the groups, or you can try and mediate the arguments that two people are having. What would you like to do?
I'm probably trying to convince the group is better. I'll support Xenicus.
Mm-hmm. Go. What do you say to them?
I'm gonna blank out. But basically, I agree. You can barely defend yourselves without these walls. How do you propose to get there without being attacked?
Okay. She's right. We should stay within these walls. We are already here. God knows what creatures already prowl our streets. Okay, thank you. Xenicus, what do you do on the second round?
I also want to see, what is Arva doing?
She's talking to some others in the other part. There's over 100 villagers in here, so she's praying with some others.
County.
Yeah.
Only one power has defeated that creature before, and that was the power of Saint Sophia. And that's what this temple represents.
Saint Sophia? Who are you talking about? Did you get a strike to the head? This is a church of the Raven Queen.
And the statue outside?
Some old thing. There are plenty more in the cemetery too.
Indeed. And it is by the power of that same saint. It's maybe now the Temple of the Raven Queen, but it was shared between Saint Sophia, who defeated that great creature out there before. Bullshitting.
I was like, how do you know this?
he's pretty sure that's what he saw, but he's not sure.
I'm just vaguely impressed that you know your history.
Yeah, he's the kid that's really, everyone thinks he's great at history class, but it's just because he has to touch something and sees it.
So you
I realized you could read.
Yeah, you say that one of the villagers next to the one that you were talking to is like, yes, you saw them. Surely some holy force guides their weapons. They were truly
Pull out the lightsaber.
a sight to see. Ooh. Okay. Thank you. Esmeralda.
I'm going to try perhaps to mediate this argument to listen to me.
Please.
I mean, well, if I sort of step in and try and like, sort of make a gesture of like, calm your shit down. And just be like, this is not the time to be arguing amongst yourselves.
They've gotten more heated since you walked over here in the first place. It's like, you are just scared to go out there. We should move. We are sitting Mapax here. You over there, who are you? Where did you come from? And it's just like, nay, in the corner. No worries, Damia. See you soon.
Action.
You see them escalating. Make me a persuasion check.
Okay, I will. 13.
Okay. The woman who's deciding to leave, wants to leave, is like, what do you know? You come here.
Aye, and I saved your life.
Passing through. We can protect our own lives if we get to this more defensible spot.
What is it? You didn't tell us what this is. I'll try next time.
Xenicus.
Xenicus is going to, like, open the door. Like, well, first he's going to check that there's no zombies outside.
Mm-hmm.
Open the door and say, you're welcome to leave if you can climb over all of those zombies and skeletons that we defeated.
Then you see a few people nodding like, yeah, go on. If you want to be idiots, you run off into the night and die. Harsh elements of the village.
He gets it.
And as you get to the end of this kind of third round here of talking to them, the two, Martin and Jana, actually lay into each other. They're like, look, you're just scared. You're gonna get us all killed. No, you are being ridiculous. You want to charge off there and die out there in the forest. And they start just like tumbling and wrestling and rolling on the floor.
If we can try and intercede, Xenicus would do a bit. It definitely as he like grabs like the one who's trying to leave, just his eyes glow yellow as the kind of like
nice.
Like, just the eyes kind of transform to the werewolf form, and just this glowing yellow eyes of like, you will not risk the lives of others. If you want to leave, go. And he's gonna throw them towards the door.
Okay. And you see them kind of look around at other people, but other people are like backing away. And
when peace doesn't work, threaten.
Yes, indeed. Oh, don't worry, Node, you're already in there. We're going to decide the winner at the end of the stream, which will be in a little while, but not too much longer. And as you've swayed enough of the people to your side of things, the member beside her is like, yes, they're right. We should stay here. Yes, we're already in a defensible spot. Okay, and after others kind of dive in and they pull the two that are brawling apart, and they kind of look a bit sheepish and Jana von Helm backs down.
If they look sheepish, it's probably good that I'm the wolf in the room.
And they are no longer arguing. So, hang on. Where are those night angry people? There. Shush. Okay. So, as you catch your breath and help the people back and spread them out again around the room, around the interior of the church here. Some while later, there is a thump, thump, thump. And you hear heavy thumps striking the roof, and the sound of claws skittering across the tiles and the clay shingles as some of them are dislodged and crash to the ground. Thank you, Zarscape. Outside the church. As you all kind of look up, trying to guess what the sound is, a strange, haunting sound, a song, starts to echo through the building.
That's always a good sign. Right?
About 35 of the villagers just go wide-eyed, slack-jawed, and just leave. They just walk out the doors. What do you do?
Trying to pull at them, like trying to barricade them, like as they're trying to get out the barricade and it's going to kind of shield up, kind of trying to push them back.
Yeah.
You can stop one, but it's constantly pushing. It takes all of your effort because it's just constantly pushing and trying to escape and move around you, and the others move past you and out into the night.
Are they reacting to anything at all? Are they looking at anything particular or saying anything?
They're looking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking
Is
up.
Arva one of the ones that's...
No, she's looking around and pouring with research. Like, what's new? What new evil is this? The bigger evil, apparently, according to Tamio.
Is everyone thinking that, or is it just a majority, or is it half?
No, about 40%.
40%.
Can I cast detect
exactly
magic?
40% if you go by the module. Yes.
Okay.
What's the range on that?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, you do not sense anything, apart from all the items that Xenicus is carrying. And
This blinding glow. Bigly, wolfy boy shaped. Interesting. Okay.
But I should note at this point, the roof and the ceiling are 40 feet above you.
There might be some.
I jump.
I gotta say there is little areas up here you can go up to.
Are there stairs?
Yeah, look, there's like
Anywhere?
little stairs over here to go up to.
Like, is there a place at the back for like the organ?
Looks like there is here. On the
You
map.
could probably climber up there. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna scooch over there and try and get up high.
Mhm.
Be stand on the benches.
Okay.
Well, about
Let
least
me-
halfway up.
Let me just do this. I think that's good. Okay. So yes, you clamber up higher, and let me... just check something for you. Detect magic is going. And you sense, a glimmer of magic around the priestess as well. Nothing too strong.
What kind of magic is it? Just like. Divine?
Okay, yeah. So you feel, you sense a very strong source of enchantment, magic, from multiple sources up on the roof, like dotted all over the rooftop. Well,
Okay.
within range. Like there's more than one within range of where you're clambered up there.
Okay, so there's more than one.
Yes. What are you doing? This huge bunch of people have left. They've gone outside.
I'm following after them and gonna then look up at the ceiling.
Okay.
If I can see it.
You catch a glimpse of wings, feathered wings, and not much else in the darkness.
Tidra.
Tidra!
And as you look up,
Fucking music.
you see the villagers start to just clamber physically up the walls of the church using windowsills, water pipes, anything, just desperately climbing up and up. What do you do?
I am going to join them and try and kind of hide amongst the
clambering up to
initiated kind of thing. Look, kind of try and imitate them as much as I can to see if I can catch whatever it is off guard.
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Fucking hell. That's 21.
This one's a bit more melodic than the other one. The other one's just obnoxious. 21.
I know, it was that bing!
Yeah.
Came in really loud. That made me jump.
But I mean, there's another one that's just it's even more discordant. It's just like a random, like it's kind of like synthesized sound. It's even worse than that one, I think. 21. Yeah, you're okay. Whatever this song is, you feel it tugging at the back of your mind and making you feel a bit muddled and kind of like misty-headed, if you will. But you keep your senses about you. And after you shake off that initial thing, give me a Shaun of the Dead performance check, please.
Shaun of the Dead performance check. That's a 13.
Okay. Hoist your cricket bat and give me your best zombie impression. I want to watch that again now. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. Yep. You are a convincing, mind-controlled figure as you also clamber up. Can you give me an athletics check?
Athletics, not acrobatics. Yeah. Athletics. And not acrobatics.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think I was very clear.
Checking.
There's always a chance.
+3, so 17. I've been rolling really well.
17 is enough. You safely make the climb to the top. Others do not. Some are just kind of scrambling at the bottom of the walls, unable to climb at all, and certainly older members, older people, But others get nearly to the top, almost up to the 40-foot height of the walls, slip, and without even a scream, fall and die.
Wow. Okay, there, John. Jeez.
A 40-foot drop for a commoner is very bad news.
I mean, I don't think I'd want to just drop 40 feet onto, like, cobblestones.
And gravestones.
They're probably dropping into people's bodies. Are they cushioned by the people who fell before?
No, they went out unfortunately, they went out the village side of things, not the grave graveyard. So you hear screams, Esmeralda, from other people at the edge of the church, like looking out, wondering where their friends had gone. As some of them start falling and the impact against the square outside. And Ava's running up. She's like, "What is happening?"
Something on the roof. It's got some kind of control over them. I don't know. I need to find out more. And she's gonna go up there and say,
"Get up there! Stop them!" And you actually see a couple more of the villagers like push past you, and start following after their friends as they fall.
Are they slack-jawed as well, or just concerned for their friends?
Sorry, bizarre message in chat. Yes, Flea, that is true. Okay. Okay.
True words.
Yes, you just see them all just scrambling up and desperately trying to reach whatever it is up on the roof. Okay, so
what do I see as I get to the top?
Okay, as you get to the top, let me bring this back because this is what this was for.
Okay.
Ah.
The roof.
No, it's not.
I'm about to be on fire because my sword can put things on fire.
Sounds like a challenge.
So, Esmeralda, you are...
I'm not on the roof.
Not on the roof yet, so let's put you out front in the courtyard.
Okay, I mean, I'd be walking out there to try and see what Xenix is up to anyway.
Right, you just be like running over, trying to trying to see, help the people that have fallen.
And figure out the source of if we can see anything about the enchantment. Magic.
I mean, as far as you're aware, it looks like Zedekis is also following them, so they're trying to potentially want to get as close as they can.
Right.
Classic Zedekis. So weak-minded.
And as you climber up there, you weak-minded fool, you see these.
Oh, there's lots.
Boop. So I'm going to delete these folks over here.
Shite.
All yours. Go for it.
Right now, yeah, it is.
I can't see him. You and your zombie buddies.
Come back.
It's gone again. now they're hidden behind the roof.
No!
Oh god, they got inside.
No!
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot. I tried to drag and collect a bunch of the skeletons at once, but I forgot that would get the roof too. Yeah, let's do it one by one. Get ye hence. Okay. The priestess is not. Oop, inside. Okay. So, Zedekis, what do you do? As you see, now, you. It's like, what are these creatures going to do? You see them kind of like just crouched, hunched with their wings like furled behind them, lifting their heads up and singing this strange song. And as they do so, you see the rain that's been falling this night just plasters their hair, this lank hair to the sides of their faces, and they, again, moon-clad, as the hags were, except for the feathers on parts of their body. These female-looking and male-looking creatures with these wings and horrible clawed talons are, for some reason, entrancing the villagers, and they start like moving towards them, reaching out for them as if to embrace them, and the creatures skitter forward, their talons clacking on the shingles and the tiles, and as they step up to the villagers, who have a wide smile, at last finding the source of this beautiful music, there's a quick, vicious shove, and those villagers also disappear off the edge of the roof.
I'm gonna try and...
I mean, it's very creative kind of buffalo herding, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm gonna weave my way in and try and be one of the ones that goes close, and as soon as the shove kind of comes in, try and go for the stab.
Okay, so which one are you?
The one
that's closest to you?
The one that's closest to me there.
Yep, okay. I will allow you to do that, yeah, because you get the surprise on that, because they think you're entranced as well. And they're actually turning to shove you as they've just shoved a villager off. And then, yeah, make that attack with advantage.
That is... It looked like it was going to be a 20 and then it rolled over to a 14.
I should put the roof on the map. Let me put the roof on the map, player.
14 plus 11 is 25.
Yep, 2 seconds. I just need to put the thing back there. Sorry, ignore that.
Okay.
Missed that. It was
good. Chat didn't really see it either. Just a glimpse. Shh, Vista. What did your Taroko cards tell you about the future?
The cards.
Okay. So how was that, mate?
It was 25 to hit, 18 radiant, and 5 fire damage.
Okay. Sorry.
As it kind of goes, as the hands come forward to shove me, I just kind of like move to the side because it's not expecting it. Just pull my sword right across his stomach.
Just gently slide in the radiant damage.
Okay, so what was the total?
18 radiant plus 5 fire.
Okay, so this one's come over to the edge here. And I'm going to move them, I think. They're all at the edge, like going...
That's how it's used in the Damned game.
Is it? Okay. And...
Well, that was fun times.
Okay, so... Sorry, I keep getting distracted. The total damage again?
23.
Okay, thank you. I got it that time. Okay, so yes, you suddenly lash out with your sword and cut viciously into them, and they scream a very unpleasant song compared to their other one, as they are deeply wounded by this and bloodied, but not on their last legs.
Distract any of the villagers kind of almost wake up with the change in noise. That's one screaming instead of thing.
I'll say that a few immediately around you that were enchanted by this particular one do snap out of it. Yes. Okay. And are you gonna attack?
I mean, if I can, yeah.
Okay. So let's get some initiative.
Okay.
That's right. Let me add you for you. At.
Have fun, bro.
At.
Oh, okay, I get to play as well. Yay.
Cast spells from down there.
What a waste of a nat 20.
Oh.
All right. So, boom. Who's got the higher dex of you two?
I think I'm +5. So.
I'm +4.
Going on those dex saves before, I assume it's Seneca's.
Yeah.
But not by much. Okay, so yes, you do manage to make that attack there, and let's get some little bit of music on here. Oof. Okay, and Zenekas, you get another attack. That was a surprise round before.
Yeah. That is 27 to hit.
Nice.
16 radiant and 1 fire.
Okay, that one that you had already damaged is dead.
Nice.
They just screech and they just slump in a muddle of wet feathers and skin on the ground there.
The normal movement up here, is there any terrain things to deal with?
I'll say if you want to dash, you need to make a dexterity saving throw because they are slick, the cobbles here.
Yeah. So I'm going to run across. I'm guessing this middle part's slightly raised, yes?
Yes.
And I'm going to run across that, and it's I'm going to just, as you can see, is there like a window frame on that part maybe, just to kind of let light in to kind of the center of the church? I kind of jump off, kind of grab onto that kind of window frame as I'm running across, and as it does, I kind of spin into the the air, and then transform into werewolf and come landing down.
Oh, nice! Yes, fantastic. And all of this with the full moon lighting the whole thing from behind.
Very dramatic.
And I'm dropped down.
Nice.
That is a 16 to hit.
Love it.
Fine. That is 13 radiant and 5. This one.
Okay. So these guys don't have any resistances or anything. So just give me a full damage here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So yeah, you dash across there and plunge into that one there. Ezra, what you doing?
I am going to take a shot at the one on the southern edge of the room.
So I didn't realize we were doing a drinking game.
Yeah. Every time you attack, the crossbow, you take a shot.
True. Cannot deny.
So, 19.
19 hits. You're shooting at, sorry, which one? Over here?
The one I can see.
Yeah, over this side, right?
There?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Since it's, and that's going to be 10 piercing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Firebolt on it as well.
Yes. Ooh,
I'm going to roll on that one, so I do not hit.
Fly, folks. If you got him.
Celebrate my failure.
Celebrate.
Oh, I'm celebrating.
Witness her.
Why do I play with people? I'm going to also reactivate my Blade Song. And I am going to try and get up to help Zenekas. How far up the wall can I get my movement?
Cheers, buddy. Give me the athletics check.
Oh boy, not my greatest. Are you sure it couldn't be just acrobatics?
Nope.
I already tried.
I know. 14.
Okay. Oh, of course, there's Cove. Welcome in, Josh. Good to see you.
Hello.
I hope you had a fantastic session. Welcome, Raiders. We are kicking off a new homebrewed Ravenloft campaign, Barovia and Beyond, and they are in the village of Barovia as they're starting off here. And there has been a slight problem as a large, demonic, godlike entity has emerged from the nearby mountainside and is inundating the village with monsters and undead. And they are trying to survive through to the morning. Welcome, Raiders. Good to see you all. If you're not already, do give us a follow so you can jump in on our followers' Discord and get told whenever we're going live and doing all the cool stuff. Welcome, Brensa. Welcome, Sabrine. And Serum. Hey, Serum, how you doing? Welcome, everyone. Jump in. Hope you had a fabulous time. Let me do a quick shout-out whilst I'm yelling at stuff. And also, of course, there's Cove Raiders. You might want to give us a little exclamation mark enter in chat because we are doing a giveaway from the fabulous Arcane Library of a copy of this adventure that we are using for tonight. So, giveaway. Oh. Do exclamation enter to get your chance to win at the end of the session. Cheers, Serum. Alright, so yes, that happens there, and the the firebolt goes streaking off into the darkness of the night's air, and you are unable.
It looks very cool.
It looks fabulous, right? But unfortunately, it is not what you wanted.
Light the sky up.
Indeed.
All I ask.
Suddenly, all of these creatures who were kind of beautifully like singing and looking up to the skies, moving their heads kind of languidly backwards and forwards, their heads all just snap down and their faces distort with this rage and aggression, and they just come flying across the rooftops at you. Werewolf.
How far did I get up? By the way, I rolled a 14 on my athletics.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted by raiders.
No worries.
A 14 is not enough, so you get halfway up.
I Scrabble.
halfway.
Okay.
Okay, so you have another chance next time.
All right.
And as you are doing that, you are being worried by this harpy with a crossbow bolt sticking out of them. Okay.
I mean, fair enough.
So, Xenigus, these creatures come rushing towards you, raking at you with clawed feet and lashing out with nasty, gnarled tree branches and club-type things that they have hobbled together. So, the first one, how many have you got here? There's 4 of them on you. So, 17?
Nope.
18?
Nope.
It's great to be blessed.
17... 18.
Nope.
7.
Nope.
18.
Matrix style.
Yeah, like.
And the last one.
Like, instead
16.
of just agilely dodging them, the werewolf is just batting arms and claws away.
Yeah.
19?
19. Nope.
Ah. Damn it. Okay, so all of these harpies just come swarming around you, just swirling around you, and you're just like. Yeah, just going for them like that. Okay. Esmeralda, I have advantage against you with your slightly precarious spots that you are in.
Yep.
Open. Roll 20. Thank you. Okay. Oh no, that's the priest. No priest. Harpy, please. Okay. 12.
Alas, my climbing skills are unparalleled.
As you quickly kind of like just go across the edge of the
spider in the night.
Leap Assassin's Creed style to the nearby windowsill, and a club lashes out. Natural 20. There it is, folks. Finally. Okay.
I mean, it had to happen eventually.
If you've got them, let them fly, folks. This Streamlabs is going nuts in chat there. Okay. Welcome, Raiders. I hope you're having fun. And the club just, as you're like quickly scrambling across the edge of the brickwork here, trying to keep your balance and stop from falling, the club just smacks into you, and you take 4 bludgeoning damage. But you also take, I'm afraid, another 6 as well, as you are knocked free and fall. Okay. Yes, fall to the courtyard below.
I worked so hard on that athletics check. Rude.
Not hard enough. That is the problem. Okay. Thank you. Which brings us back to the werewolf. Growl.
Continue hitting the one one that I hit previously, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't know which one that is, because all the the same. But the one that I hit was hitting previously, whichever one that was. That is 20 to hit, 30, 20.
Okay.
That is 12 radiant and 4 fire damage.
Noted. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a bit of a closer look for chat here. So 16 total?
Yeah.
And compass point, which way are you going?
The one that I hit previously.
Which was? Focus.
I think it might be this.
It's northwest. Okay, so sorry, total of
16.
Okay, thank you. So, what does this attack look like as you knock it onto its last legs?
Just like, I get the. I think it was just as one of them came in and attacked me, I just grabbed it and then like swung it down and like bashed it with the other one and then stabbed it with my sword.
Yeah, just grabbed it by the leg and like slammed it into the roof tiles. Yeah. Okay.
Not as agile as his werewolf form. He's more just ruthless.
Okay. Anything else?
Yep. Next attack.
Same one.
16 to hit.
Hits.
Yep.
Yeah. Very unarmored.
That is 11 radiant and 2 fire.
Okay. Yes. Is this from the claws?
No, this is still from the
Oh, you have the sword still. Okay, so yeah, you just lunge forward and plunge the sun sword into its breast, and it just hisses one last death cry, and then gargles slowly on its own blood, and slides off the blade onto the rooftop.
Oh, it slides all the way down.
Indeed. Okay. Anything else? You good?
Let's meet.
Okay, Esmeralda, go!
Yep, I'm gonna go for the one that was attacking me until he slapped me on the wall.
It's still 20 feet up where you fell.
I'm going to attack it anyway. I'm gonna attack it with my crossbow.
Okay, that's the way. Take a shot.
Yep, I am. 14.
Shots. Yep.
Okay.
Have you two heard? There's a DJ from Iwaki here that mixed that shots song with the Iwaki Odori song.
Yes.
Really?
So good.
I feel like yes, I know this.
I will put that in our Discord. And if you want to hear that, give us a follow so you can come to our followers Discord. It is the traditional summer festival dance song of our city here in Japan, mixed with shots. It works very well.
So I'm going to use one of my
that DJ's daughter, as featured on a Vice video about Harajuku, because they have a clothes shop in Harajuku now, and their daughter is like this little fashion guru, like 7-year-old fashion guru, like hangs out with all the models and stuff.
Awesome.
That's very cool.
Yeah, they're great. I got saw them when I was in Tokyo. Okay, so I'm sorry, what was the shot?
Sorry, it was I could 7 piercing from the shot, from the crossbow, and I'm also going to use I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
Which hopefully will hit this time. 16.
That will. It's 4.
It will hit for 19 damage.
Oof, okay, not dead, but yes, it is on fire and like just frantically like batting itself against the walls of the church, trying to knock out the fire and the flames. And there's that horrible smell of burnt feathers.
Could it just bat itself against the wall a little bit harder?
Afraid not, but it is on its last legs. Okay, thank you. Which brings us to them.
Can I also try to grab the wall again?
Yeah, you're gonna climb up next to it.
I'd like to try.
Please.
Again.
Athletics check.
Yep. 8.
Ooh, I'm afraid not. You kind of scramble up the wet wall, but also with a bit of blood now trickling down it.
Blood.
Yes.
My own fault.
I'm afraid you're unable to. But the harpy does very obligingly come down to you and attack you as it plunges down angrily, wanting revenge. 21.
Misses! Haha!
Oh shit.
And I'd like to use the superior dice to do riposte and attack it back with my reaction.
Go for it.
Okay. So, does a 25 hit?
Of course.
So I only 6 piercing.
That's enough because it was already blooded.
I poke it angrily.
So it just comes like like the eagle kind of. It's like claws first. It wings up behind it, just down towards you, and you just like shook. just like its own momentum just drives it onto the rapier.
The power of gravity compels you.
And you step to the side and it just crunches into the cobbles at your side. Okay. Wow.
Yay.
Bye. Xenacus, over to you, mate.
Let's just work around the clock.
Okay, so north.
Northern one.
8 and 9 for the second one. 19, 9, and the last one a 9 and an 18. So no, they're trying, but not hard enough.
Batting. So legs out the way.
Just like a flurry of feathers and stuff. You're just like grabbing handfuls of their wing feathers and tearing them out, and they're just like screeching and squawking at you.
Show off.
Let's see here. Okay. You, at that point, can take a type of opportunity if you wish, as these last 3 flap their wings frantically and bat away from you and start to fly up into the air.
I'll only get one of them.
Yeah.
So I'll take the one that's on the right.
Okay.
That is 21 to hit.
Hits.
That is.
You're a bit quiet at the moment, Timmy. What's your mic?
18 radiant and 5 fire. And that one's movement is reduced to 0, so it's gone nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And the other 2 do escape and fly away off into the night. And as they're flying away, you kind of look at, as you're trying to kind of focus on them and attack them as they're leaving, you do see beyond them a good view up here on the rooftop of the mountain, and still glowing ominously with this huge winged entity looming over the whole scene. And as we leave Barovia for this evening, you get this last vision of up on the mountain hundreds of harpies and skeletal ghosts swirl and dance around the grinning Chernobog up on the mountain top, and cackling and praising the return of their master. We will have to see what lies in store for you all next time.
I mean, you could just stay there.
Return to Barovia once more. But a massive thank you for that. Well done. You're doing very, very well. Enjoying all those abilities of yours.
Yay!
Yes. Like I say, this is aimed at a lower level party, but like 4 or 5 of them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like we are the kind of tiniest of the 2, so
True.
Everyone else would be taking a lot of hits. So if any 2 of us were left to deal with this, it probably isn't best as.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Well, a huge thank you to you, and a massive thank you to everyone in chat. Thank you for all of the follows. It's not rocking us way up, almost halfway to 900 already. We only hit 800 last week.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you so much. Yes, so nice to have you all. I will be sending all of those invites to the Discord later, so please keep an eye on your Twitch whispers for that. And thank you so much for joining us tonight as we dive once more into the realms of Ravenloft. A journey we'll be taking once more this week, or me certainly at least, because tomorrow evening, over on our good friend Dreaded GM's channel, as part of their this weekend's Con Save event, I am DMing, my first time DMing on a different channel, an episode of our fabulous one-shot roulette game, although it is slightly different to normal because it is the Halloween weekend. As we kick off the session and roll randomly for the storyline and the location of our game, we will be rolling not on the normal location table, but on a table made entirely of domains of dread.
Great.
So come join us and see which part of Ravenloft we are heading to tomorrow as we dive into that and I'm playing with some of the fabulous friends that you might recognize from chat and other things over on Dreaded GM. A bunch of their mods and their players from the channel in that game. We generated the characters on Monday. They're a really interesting bunch, and it's going to be a fantastic session. I really hope you can join us for that. I'm really excited to see another Domain of Dread. I've only seen Barovia so far, so I'm excited to dive into somewhere else, as these characters will be as they continue their journey through here. Thank you once more to the fabulous Arcane Library for this fun module that we are working through here, and we shall be finishing it up next week, hopefully with a little Mapak friend. We shall see what is going on there. I've told his sister to give him a good kicking, so we shall see what happens. But a massive thank you, of course, to the sponsors, Arcane Library, and of course Sirenscape, and all of the wonderful people over there. Let us see, before we wrap things up here, what is going to happen with this giveaway, as we give away a copy of this adventure to one of you lucky viewers. If you are not already, !enter to get into this giveaway, as I quickly shout through our schedule for the week, and then I shall draw the winner after that. Next week, as we get into the new week, as I say, we have this one-shot roulette on Dreaded GM tomorrow, but then next week we're actually taking a break from Frost Maiden. We do not have a game on Tuesday, but we will be back Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, depending where you are in the world, to continue the rather terrifying experience that the Out of the Abyss crew are going through at the moment, as they have realized that the demon lord of decay and fungus, Zugtamoy, has her nasty grip dug deep into the Myconid colony of Neverlight Grove, and they are going to hopefully be able to rescue their friends and help the Myconids of the colony, and especially as Corbin, their monk, wants to call this a new home. We shall see. But that will bring us all the way around to next Friday, where we will be back. No, next Friday? Next Thursday. Sorry, excuse me. Getting ahead of myself. Next Thursday, as we'll be back here in the village of Barovia, trying to survive until the morning light comes once more. I skipped over something because it's a bi-weekly thing and I forgot. Tomorrow, after the one-shot, rolling on into Saturday, we will be back with Candlekeep Mysteries as well. Excuse me. Do head on over to the channel and check out the schedule in your local time zone for your convenience. Now, thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this as we did. But let us say a thank you by doing this giveaway. Closing the entries now. Okay, they are closed, and let's see who the winner is. There's going to be a delay, so excuse the strange disconnect here, but the winner of the Arcane Library giveaway is... Da-da-da-da. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Thinking. Boop. Come on.
Tension is building.
Perfect. Count von Zervich. He's got the home ground advantage. Congrats.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, there is a couple there already. Wow, okay. We will be giving... I'm not sure what happens there, but sod it. There will be 2 copies of this module going out to you fine people there. Sneaky rogue thief. You're too sneaky.
Yay.
I don't know how you snuck in there. Only on my device here, it's only showing. Oh, it doesn't show up on the background there. Yeah, that's all good. It was unintentional there. I don't know what happened. Some technical glitch. Those little tech gobos are in the works as always. But
Power
yes,
of the Count.
Sneaky Rogue Thief and Count von Zarevich. In celebration of our new campaign and all of the fun things going on here, may you both enjoy this adventure for yourselves and get as much fun out of it as we are having already, and look forward to next week too. So, again, yes, thank you once more, everyone, for all of your support, and having you along for our adventures is always so welcome. Do support our lovely friends at Sirenscape and the Arcane Library. And I forgot to do this at the start. Let us do a quick shout outs to the fabulous.
You needed to flash Esco first?
No. It's a command.
There it is.
The fabulous Emma City Art on Twitter, who did these fabulous portraits on the left and right of the screen. Esmeralda is, of course, the official art, although I think, for balance and the continuity of we should have one in the same style, really, shouldn't we? At some point in the future. Sorry, we are following the rule of 3 that is prevalent throughout D&D, and we are starting 3 new campaigns in 2 months here, so lots of art happening at the moment. But yes, once again, congratulations to Sneaky Rogue Thief and Count von Zarovich. I hope you enjoy this lovely module, and the fine folks at Arcane Library will be sending it your way very, very soon. Again, keep an eye on your whispers, etc. for that. Now, let us go raiding with all of you lovely people. And tell me, Fabio. It's all good. It's all good. Let us see. Oh, Node, thank you for the follow. I will give you the Discord invite very shortly once we get offline here. So I'm just seeing who's on at the moment. All right. Yes, our friends Carney Sideshow over there in Taiwan are playing through a one-shot. I believe they're doing like a Groundhog Day style time-looped version of the one-shot Pudding Fair. So let us head on over there and give them a raid, and hopefully we will not catch Sylvie monologuing, because we did that last time and she got angry with us. So we are going to head on over there. What do I need to do? This? Okay, great. Boom. And Carney Sideshow. Check my spelling. Yes, okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to be back here in Ravenloft with all of you. Thank you, Esmeralda and Xenix. And we will see you all the next time. Thank you for all the new people in chat and everyone. And do stick around for the raid. Get yourself some of those delicious dream pies. But, as we like to say around these parts, until next time. Oyasuminasai.
Yes, me.
See ya.